How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Reagan Harold, fresh off of some spring ball practice in beautiful Babson Park, Florida, home of the Weber International University Warriors. That right there is former All-American shortstop from the Midland Warriors, Carly Fitzer. Carly, how are you doing? What a weekend of softball, and how about the midweek slate we've got lined up for the folks this weekend?
Yeah, we finally get what we were looking forward to a couple weekends ago. Weather got in the way. She's been pain in the butt all year long. Number one versus number two on Wednesday.
Yep, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
That's right. Yeah, huge doubleheader. So, like Harley was saying a couple weekends ago, we're supposed to have the four-game set between Oregon Tech and Southern Oregon. To nobody's surprise, they have remained the number one and number two team in the country, and they will be playing two separate doubleheaders. They played this one Wednesday, and then 2 weeks they will play again, still in Ashland, where Southern Oregon's at. We'll get to that, but first, Carly, we're going to talk a little bit of conference standings. Then we will have a weekend recap, of course, which is unfortunately highlighted by the first blemish on Marsh's matchup. Not the first loss, but
Yeah,
USAO and Oklahoma City splitting. But Carly, before we get to conference standings, we got two big announcements. Would you like to start with yours?
I would. I got myself a little pooch this weekend. Her name is Lulu. Her street name was Olive Oil. But we renamed it and she might make an appearance, she might not. We'll see.
We'll see. She is a QT.
Hi,
Oh,
come here. Come here. Come here.
it's time for Lulu's debut. Oh
Come here.
my goodness! Look at that happy girl.
Say hi,
Oh,
everyone.
adopt, don't shop, people.
Adopt, don't shop. She was on clearance. $50.
Wow, wow. Well, great dog. Congratulations, you and Matt getting a dog. That's freaking awesome, Carly.
Yeah.
But hey, before we get to the conference standings, we do have another announcement. We have a new sponsor, first sponsor of the year, actually. So I want to tell you about Magna. Magna is an awesome supplement to put in your water to add a little pick me up, add a little pick me up.
Yeah.
Magna is the first triple magnesium electrolyte powder. Did you know there's a 75% chance that you are deficient in magnesium? So if you're listening to this, you may need some magnesium in your body. So let's talk about Magna. Without enough magnesium, you can experience poor sleep, brain fog, extra stress, bloating. That's extra stress. I know we're all in the middle of softball season, so of course we get we get that aspect of it. Magna is science-backed, trusted by leading doctors and professional athletes. It contains zero sugar. It's gluten-free, caffeine-free, and NSF certified. Magna comes in five delicious flavors: watermelon lime, lemon lime, iced tea lemonade, apple juice, and mint lemonade. The benefit from taking
Oh.
King, yeah, some pretty good ones. I forgot to tell you,
Oh.
I forgot to tell you about that mint lemonade and that apple
Yeah.
juice. The next time we record, hopefully we'll have our samples in, so we'll be able to really tell y'all more about it. Again, the main benefits helping with muscle cramping, bloating, and having too much salt because, like I said, no salt or anything like that bad stuff in it. It helps with brain fog, natural energy, great flavors like we just mentioned. And we have a very, very special thing for our wonderful listeners. If you go to Magna, ooh, let me pull up that website. Hey, this is my first time reading it. Drinkmagna.com. There we go. Drinkmagna.com. That is drink, MAGNA.com. Get your order, put in code NAIASB15. So the name of the show, 15, NAISB 15, get 15% off your entire order and help support the podcast. Help support the pod. Help
Come on.
support the pod. Come on, get some. It does seem like really good stuff. We will be trying it next episode. Hopefully, if not, then definitely by next Monday's episode. But yeah, again, that is drinkmagna.com and code NAISB 15. So we apologize for this episode coming out on Tuesday. Had a wedding. I had a wedding. Had a wedding. Had a wedding, and I had a
Big
great
wedding
time.
guy.
But no, it was awesome. It was a beautiful wedding. Congratulations, Liv and Ethan. Sydney was maid of honor. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Carly, let's go over some of these conference standings. So, looking at it at first, I'm not seeing anything where I'm just like, oh my gosh, because obviously it's still very early on. But I would say the one where I'm like, you look at the Great Plains, no Midland is certainly a little
Hmm.
bit of a surprise. But how about Dakota Wesleyan? Dakota
That's the
Wesleyan
one that caught my eye.
yeah, Dakota Wesleyan. I talked to a couple of GPAC coaches about Dakota Wesleyan earlier, and they talked about them being able to swing the bats well. They're 5-1, second in the Great Plains behind Northwestern, who is 6-0. Looking elsewhere, though, Southwestern Christian, 12-4 in the Sooner, tied for second with Texas Wesleyan. They're both up on MacU in Oklahoma City, and it's kind of weird. Like Oklahoma City, they're fifth in the Sooner, which is like kind of crazy to think about. Now, obviously,
It's almost
Southwestern
unheard
Christian.
of.
Yeah, but it's still very early. Southwestern Christian and Texas Wesleyan still have to play USAO and Oklahoma City. So we'll see. North Star hasn't played any. But Carly, I'll tell you a team. I'll tell you two teams that I'm also looking at right now that I'm pretty impressed with. Overall, how about the Park Pirates? Which Lindsey Derry and the Pirates we talked to the Hart Media Day. It's early for them. They're 4-0, tied with Baker, who's also 4-0. But they're I think I don't have Park stuff right here in front of me, but I think like 9 or 10 games. I believe they're 16 and like 6 or something like that. But Park is having a really nice year. Could they be a dark horse team in a conference with in the heart of America that we have obviously seen as maybe be a little bit more open than what we thought? Now, obviously, Central Methodist is still the team to beat in that conference, but maybe Park's a team to look out for.
Yeah.
Um, I'm looking at the KCAC. Carly, I think the KCAC is going to be what the Sun Conference was last year. I think it is going to be the most fun conference down the stretch. Right now, you look at Oklahoma Wesleyan 8-0, Avila's 6-0, Friends 7-1. And you have Evangel, Sterling, and Ottawa, and those Ottawa Braves we are going to talk a lot about here in just a
Hmm.
minute. But they're all 6-2. But Carly, other than that, anything else really sticking out to you? Those are kind of the big things that I saw. Obviously, the WAC is only 4 teams have played there. North Star, nobody's played. Nobody's played more than a dozen conference games at this point, so obviously a long way to go. But we posted it on Instagram. Again, shout out our guy Connor Darnell. Connor Darnell Designs. We hit him. He makes some good back tacks. He makes some good
Hmm.
back tacks.
Hit
But
him up.
absolutely. But any names that you see that are surprising, or anybody that you're not seeing that's surprising?
Um, no, I think the main thing I'm looking at is Crossroads, how we would have gotten that Marion Iowa game if it wasn't for Miss Mother Nature.
Shit,
Um,
we gotta talk Mother Nature.
she needs to settle down because I'm sick of her.
I mean, girl, we're trying to play some softball, and like you are messing it all up right now.
Seriously.
Whatever, like fingers crossed, knock on wood. It means we're about to have, it means we're getting it bad in the preseason and everything. So hopefully, once we get deeper into conference play and into the postseason play, hello, Lulu, just come and check on things. Uh, but hopefully, as we get down to real nitty gritty and the games start. Not all games are important, but as the pressure starts going up, hopefully Mother Nature calms down and we can have a beautiful postseason and end of season. But yeah, Carly, let's talk about what happened this past weekend. And we got to start with what our big series of the week was. This past weekend, one of the most anticipated matchups every single year in NAIA softball, USAO and Oklahoma City. And it certainly did not disappoint. And in that first game, you may think, oh, if you're just looking at scores 10-4 USAO, but what it doesn't show is that was a 10 inning, just absolute thriller. We'll fast forward to the 2 extra innings. The game was tied at 3-7. Malia McMurtry would give the Drovers a 4-3 lead, scoring Tegan Graham on a sac fly. It would be Ileana Ashford's RBI double to tie it up in the bottom half. Some zeros would get put on the board, and then Drovers said that is enough. They put up 6 on the 10th. Sophie Williams went the distance in the circle, and she would start that rally with the RBI doubled, followed by Kenzie Williams' big hit, bases loaded and clearing double, capped off by a Sierra Selfridge 2-run home run. Sierra Selfridge, wow, we are going to be saying
Hits
her.
the most timely home runs of
I
all
mean,
time.
Yeah, just that. Now, I mean, obviously that point they had a nice
Yeah.
little lead, but you get that 2 run shot, 6 run lead. Sophie's on the mound, game's over. 4 run lead with Oklahoma City's lineup, and like we talked about, big in for me. I look at what happened this weekend in USAO and Oklahoma City, and I was like, the big inning killed both teams and their 2 losses.
Hmm.
Um, but Oklahoma City would get their get back in game two. Oklahoma City would win that one 7-2, and it was again a big inning, just back to back to back to back to back to back to back singles. It was tied at 2, and like I said, they strung together 5 RBI singles in the fifth. I mean, look, Carly, I know you love your extra base hits, but you got to respect just putting bat to freaking ball right there.
You do. It's hard to string together a bunch of singles to bring in that many runs.
Yeah, and another thing, Carly, that we mentioned, Brindley Alslip would have to step up if Oklahoma City was going to defend their home turf, and she did in a huge way in game two of the series, going 7 innings, 4 strikeouts, and only the 2 earned runs. Probably the best game of the series, though, would be game three, and unfortunately for our boy Marsh, it caused the first blemish of the year. Now, they split 2-2. Spoiler alert for game four. But to you know what? I'll take some heat too. Maybe I shouldn't have put him in a position where he could have had a tie. But it's fine. Whatever. He's now 6-0 and 1. Not too bad, but I don't know. I haven't told him yet that you have a dog. So, like, he may start feeling a little bit of pressure. We don't need to put that kind of pressure on the guy. But Oklahoma City, they win game three, 5-4 on Saturday. The Drovers would get it. It started early on. Like I said, big inning were at the theme in the top of the first. Leanne Eaton and Sophie Williams would combine on RBI singles. That was a 2 RBI single for Sophie Williams. How about Soph swinging the bat this weekend, Carly? Not too
Dude,
shabby.
hey, you can do it in the circle, you can do it at the plate.
Kind of reminds me of old Cassie Valdez.
Miss her.
Yes. So Sophie's right there with her in the circle. Don't know about swinging the bat, Cassie. That is a great
Whole
offseason
other
debate.
story.
That is a
Yep.
great offseason debate. But they would go up 3-0. But in the bottom half of the inning would be Tara Horner and Kendall Miller. Kendall Miller has really stepped up. We've talked about some of the big names in the lineup in the last episode, the Rayburn, the Horner, the Paul. But how about
Hmm.
Kendall and Miller's? If she step up, adding another big bat to what's already one of the top lineups in NAIA softball. And speaking of big bats, Emerson Heron would smoke one to give the Stars the lead, but then Miss Clutch, Sierra
Yep.
Selfridge solo shot in the fifth would tie it up, and then Carly, when I'm broadcasting a Weber baseball game, few things fire me up more than a 8 or 9 hole hitter taking control of a game, getting multiple hits, and providing a spark, and most importantly, turning the lineup over. And that's what Carly Mullet did in game three of this series, going 3 for 3 as she scored the game winning run on a Tiffany Paul RBI single in the sixth. Another name we mentioned that would have to be big in the circle would be Emerson Heron. She got it done, obviously, with the solo shot, but 7 innings, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, only 1 walk. She does it on 82 pitches. Pretty impressive work there, moving pretty efficiently. The Stars take game three and guarantee at least a split of the series there, 5-4. And then game four, just absolute fireworks. Again, big innings remain the theme in the finale. Annalise Rayburn this time would get the party started for Oklahoma City with a 2 run shot. Drovers would tie it in the next frame on a sac fly from Tegan Graham and an RBI double from Taylor Chronic. Taylor Chronic, certainly player of the game, and that's 12-7 victory for the Drovers, going 4 for 5, 2 RBIs. Drovers got the lead, putting up a 3 spot in the fourth, and then the bomb, just a 7 spot in the sixth, made it 12-3. The Stars would try to make it a little more interesting, putting up a 4 spot in the sixth, but Gabby Takoti would stop the comeback attempt. And hey, just a split. And Carly, you know it, I know it, everybody listening knows it. Coach McSpadden, Coach Wallace knows it. This isn't the last time these two are going to showdown this year.
Nope. Nope. And I have a feeling it's going to be probably even crazier.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they'll get in postseason play. A lot of seniors on both teams, and look, I mean, it's one of the best. Look, we're going to talk about another one of the. There's two rivalries that I think stand out in NAIA softball. It's Southern Oregon, Oregon Tech, and it's USAO Oklahoma City. Right underneath that's Weber Warner, but we'll talk about that one later. Uh, for me at least. Carly, let's move over to the AAC because we had Tennessee Wesleyan and Brunel showing down.
Yeah, we had a nice little split. Tennessee Wesleyan took game one, 7-2. It was pretty much all Bulldogs. They scored five in the first two innings, held on to lead from there. Bailey Phillips had a massive game both at the plate and in the circle. She was 2 for 4 with 2 runs, a double, a home run, and 4 RBIs. In the circle, had a complete game, giving up just 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and striking out three, and then had a little bit of help behind Mackenzie Baldwin at the plate, going 2 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. Game two, complete flip, a lot different. Bree now just had it the whole time. 11-3 win in 5 innings. They scored four in the bottom of the first, added one in the bottom of the second, and then piled on four more in the bottom of the third. And that's all she wrote. Peyton Hawkins was perfect 4 for 4 with two doubles and a massive 6 RBIs under her belt. Charlotte Smith was 2 for 3 with a run and 2 RBIs. And then Emily Hall with a 2 innings and two-third win under her belt with just 2 hits and 2 strikeouts.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Good
That'll
response there
play.
for Brunel, who again we said Brunel is officially on the radar. Tennessee Wesleyan's, obviously they're going to get a Squinnett, and them being an opening round team last year. Know plenty about them, and you got Bailey Phillips. You can win a lot of ball games. Carly, one we did not see coming.
Mm-mm.
How about the Ottawa Braves? And you know what? I might have to make some phone. I owe a couple coaches an apology. I think. I've heard from coaches in the Midwest say that this Ottawa team is not one to be slept on. I firmly believed Evangel was going to go in there and win these games. 7-4 and 12-4 seemed really realistic for Evangel to go in and win. And Carly, I would have said, well, why did the pitching give up so many? Why they give up four runs? Because everybody knows it. I mean, it's no secret at this point how high you and I both have been on Evangel, and
Mm-hmm.
I still am. I still am. But we got to give credit to Ottawa and just dominant. One absolutely dominant win, and another very solid win. Let's talk about it. Game one, they win 7-4. They put up three spots in the third and sixth inning. And again, Carly, how about a 9-hole hitter, the center fielder? Carly, Carly, clap it up for all the 9-hole hitters out here. You know what?
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you, especially when you're like their center fielder, Macy Rover, going 2 for 3 with a 3-run shot in that sixth inning that broke it open and gave them a stranglehold on the game. Their second baseman, Mallory Dunn, goes 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Lainey Becker, 7 innings. She did give up 6 walks, but if you give up 6 walks and you hold them to 3 earned runs, that's mighty impressive. And then, Carly, how many times do we see a team that is the underdog go in, get a big win, and
Forget about game two.
then just forget exactly?
Yeah,
Did not
often.
happen here. Very, very happens all the time because it's like, oh, I mean, house money at this point. Well, they took that house money, they put it all on red, and that thing smacked because they put up a nine. Well, they're excuse me, they didn't put up a 9 spot, but they were up 9-0 after the top of the second. Again, Macy Rover, big day, 2 for 4, a couple RBIs and a double. Emma Melvin goes 3 for 3, 2 RBIs, double and a stolen base. Third baseman Kara Haston goes 2 for 2, scores 3 runs, 2 stolen bases, and Caressa Roque, 6 innings, 2 strikeouts, and 0 walks. Carly, huge for Ottawa to get these 2 wins at the beginning of conference play. And like I said, the KCAC is going to be what the Sun was. This is going to be a very, very fun conference because a team
Yeah.
we haven't talked a ton about Oakwu since their Florida trip. We haven't talked a ton about Avila since their Oklahoma trip, and they're both winning some games. Now, we'll see what it looks like overall, but I'm looking at it and I'm looking at Ottawa, Evangel, Avila, Oakwu, Friends. And I'm like,
Hmm.
there's 5 teams that got a legit shot to win this conference in the regular season and in the tournament. Carly, KCAC is going to be a very fun conference.
Yep, they're officially on watch. And then moving on to another few big games, Coastal Georgia took 2 of 3 from Southeastern. Very impressive few wins for them. Game one, they won it 6-2. Southeastern actually scored first in the bottom of the second. Coastal would take it back. They would tack on 3 in the third, and then they fourth inning they 3 in the third and the fourth before they dropped 3 more in the seventh. Riley Andrews was 2 for 4 with a run, a double, a home run, and 3 RBIs. Caitlin Carolina was 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI. And then Riley Mills in the circle, complete game, 9 hits, only 1 earned run, 0 walks, and a strikeout. So great defensive game there for Sale the Hail. Wait, Hail the Sale?
Hell to sell.
Hail the
Hell to
Sale.
sell. Hey,
Hashtag of the year.
SIDs, coaches, players listening, prove us wrong, but I really do think hell to sell is the best hashtag in the game.
It's phenomenal.
It's great.
It's awesome.
Also, speaking of great players, Riley Mills got recognition last year, Sun Conference, Freshman of the Year. A lot of great stuff from her. But Carly, this is a national level player.
Hmm.
Obviously, Bryce Peacock was the most well known name for Coach Minnick in the Mariners the last few years. We saw that overlap last year with Peacock and Mills. I'm telling you, right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the team to buy stock in.
Hmm.
They are so young. Everybody you just mentioned are, I think, except for one Andrews, maybe. They're all freshman, sophomore. Like this is a young team. Are they as good as they've been the last 3 years? No. They're not saying in the top 15, top 20 like they've been doing. Do I think they'll get back? I think they've got a great chance
Absolutely.
to. I think they've got a great chance after just they just took 2 or 3 from Southeastern, and we got to kind of take a step back, Carly, and be like, wow, what does it say about St. Thomas too? Because St. Thomas took it. I mean, they went up to Brunswick and they swept them. Um,
Yeah.
but hey, credit Coach Minnick and Coastal Georgia going to Lakeland, not an easy place to win it, and they go and take 2 or 3. Credit them. Oh, you're not done yet. Sorry, cut you off there.
Game two, they would win it 6-3. I call this the game of the Rileys. You will see why. They jumped on top, scored 3 in the top of the third, held the lead pretty much the remainder of the game, a little bit back and forth. But Riley Smith was 2 for 4 with a run and a home run and 3 RBIs. And then Riley Mills and Riley Andrews both record RBIs, hence the game of the Rileys. And then Mackenzie Collins in the circle had 7 innings, 9 hits, 3 earned runs, and 3 strikeouts. And then game three, it was a real close one. Southeastern walked away with it on top 4-3. Coastal made a late push. They scored 3 in the top of the seventh, but they did fall a little bit short. Leah Gonzalez had 2 RBIs. Cassie Moore, 2 for 4 with a run, a double, and an RBI. And then Maria Zelenka went 6 in the third with 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 0 walks, and 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, so I'll put up their roster real quick just to go through it. Riley Mills, sophomore. Riley Andrews, sophomore. Riley Smith, freshman. Juliana Batts, sophomore. Brooke Purdue, freshman. Mackenzie Sutherland, sophomore. Emma Jones, sophomore. Mackenzie Collins, freshman. Zoe Johnson Hadaway is a senior, but that's a lot of key players that still have multiple years of eligibility left.
How about them Rileys?
How about them Rileys? Okay. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Let's go to the crossroads with St. Francis taking a big one from Indiana Wesleyan. Now, game one, I would do what I would do. Jordan Ball got out there, did the 5 inning shutout ball, 13-0. Obviously not a lot to go into here. We'll give a shout out to Morgan Yeater, 3 for 3, 4 RBIs. Carly, she's batting 574. She's 14 for 14 swiping bags and has 21 RBIs, all conference. And I believe she was NFCA all region. Yeah, she was NFC all region last year.
Yeah.
So she started getting some recognition. She is firmly putting herself in All American conversations. But we are here to talk about this 12-10 St. Francis victory. They scored in every single inning of the contest. Iwu scored in every inning except for the fifth and seventh. So just hits, 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 hits. Madison Minich goes 3 for 4, home run, three RBIs, 3 runs scored, and a stolen base. Leadoff hitter Sam Baker goes 2 for 3, scores 3 runs and a stolen base. Madison Miller 2 for 3, 3 RBIs and a double. That's a really good win there for St. Francis. Carly, anytime you're able to split with a conference opponent like that in the top 20, you gotta love it.
Yep. Yep.
Well, Carly, let's go
Um,
to our Heart of America game of the week. Benedictine and Mount Mercy. We are not going to announce our Heart of America series of the week. We had one. It was going to be Park versus Grandview, but I did just find out that is getting moved. So we will wait till next episode to announce our next Heart of America series of the week. But Carly, Benedictine and Mount Mercy, they split it up.
yeah, and I think you and I both picked Benedictine with the sweep.
Yep,
Mount Mercy bulletin board material, hung it up, said, "Watch this."
got us.
They took, they done got us. They took game one, 5-4. Ravens did score two in the bottom of the third. Mount Mercy responded with one in the top of the fourth. Benedictine would score two more to pull ahead in the fifth, 4-1, but they just couldn't hang on. Mount Mercy scored two in both the sixth and the seventh, taking it 5-4. Callie Janik had two RBIs. Riley Goodfellow 1 for 3 with two RBIs, and Maggie McNally, 2 2/3 with two hits and two strikeouts. Game two, a little bit different. Benedictine took it 10-5. Huge first inning for both teams, just run after run. Mount Mercy scored four in the top of the first. Ravens respond with six of their own in the bottom half. They would tack on two more in the third and the sixth, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Alma Garcia was 2 for 3 with 2 runs, a double, and three RBIs. Riley Kennedy 1 for 2 with a run, a double, and two RBIs. And how about Ryan Cooper, 2 for 3 with a double and two RBIs, and then Lily Singdillon getting it done in the circle, doing everything they ask, going a complete game with 8 hits, 2 earned runs, and 9 strikeouts.
Yeah, Carly, you mentioned it there, Ryan Cooper. We have not said her name as much as we probably thought
Mhm.
we would have so far this year. But man, she gets going, and they can get going in heart play. I do think this is a team that can creep back into the top 25. They're sitting literally at 26 right now, so
Yeah,
they're not too
yeah.
far removed. Carly, probably the biggest upset I would say this weekend would be with William Carey and ABAC.
hmm
ABAC, one of the newest members of the NAIA, coming up from the JUCO ranks this year, and they took Thomas's spot as the team closest to my hometown in Georgia. But William Carey, I mean, first game just it's weird. I don't. This might be the first time, at least I can remember. I'm sure there have been other ones, but at least right off the top of my head, where we've had two games where there's run rules, goes 5 innings, and it's different teams in each one. But William Carey took game one, 10-0, 5 errors from A back, really plagued them. Only two RBI hits from William Carey. In this one, Madison Parisian and Harper Dupree RBI singles. And there's a lot of fielders' choices, errors, walks. Renee Neiman, 4 innings, 2 strikeouts, 4 hits. And huge credit to ABAC at Carly, because I don't know, like we talked about with the Ottawa, how difficult it is if you're an underdog having a tough year. Which, I mean, it's ABAC's first year, and they're in a good conference in the Southern States, so it's going to be difficult for them. But with ABAC, you lose like that. I mean, 5 errors, 10-0. I mean, just throttled. And then you come out in game two against the top 25 team, top 20 team. I mean, William Carey, I mean, nobody will be shocked if the Crusaders are in Columbus, and you win game two, 9-0. ABAC did it all in one inning, too. Was stumbling over my words with Ottawa putting up 9 in the first two. They did it all in the second. Cable Rowland, or excuse me, catcher Ava Rowland went 2 for 2 with a double RBI and scored a run. The first baseman Carter Gore goes 2 for 3 with a pair of RBIs. And I mean, I no disrespect to this lineup, but if you would have told me they put 7 earned runs on Hornsby, yeah, I probably would have laughed at you. But they did. They absolutely did. And then Tess Rowland's 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, excuse me, 0 walks, 3 hits. Really impressive stuff there for ABAC.
Yeah. Moving on to our friends in the KCAC, Friends continues to stay hot. I know you love them Falcons.
Oh, I love them Falcons. You know I love them Falcons.
But yeah, they sweep Bethany game one, just absolutely all the Falcons 10-0. They score four in the second, two in the third, and then tack on four more in the fifth. Elena Montoya was a perfect 1 for 1. Two runs, a home run with two walks and three RBIs. Tamara Lazoya was 2 for 3 with two runs, a triple, and two RBIs. And then how about Riley Wirtz getting it done both at the plate and in the circle? 2 for 3 with a run, a home run, and three RBIs. And then a 5 inning perfect game, seven strikeout shutout.
Yeah, that'll
That'll
work.
play.
Yeah,
Yep,
that'll work.
that'll do. Uh, Game two, Bethany gets the bats going at least a little bit, but Friends would walk away on top 6-3. Falcons would score three in the first. Bethany would end up tying it with three of their own in the third, and then Friends would regain the lead with one of their own. They gained some cushion with two extra runs in the sixth. Priscilla Mora was 1 for 2 with two runs, a double, and two RBIs. Becca Dunn a perfect 2 for 2 with an RBI. And then Montoya and Cadence Magana each two runs and 3 for 4 on the game at the plate. And then Kirsten White's complete game, 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, and one strikeout in their sweep over Bethany.
Before we get to the midweek preview, just have a couple pitching performances to talk about. First off, William Penn's Chelsea Huff, 14 strikeout perfect game against
Woo.
Missouri Valley. Carly, that reminds me, we need to vote for pitcher and hitter of the week. I don't think we're going to have much discussion on pitcher, but we'll see. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about
Yeah, we'll talk about it. And
it.
then this is no surprise. Knew it was a possibility at some point this year, and Annalise Jarvis becomes the seventh player in NAIA history to record 1,000 strikeouts. Just tip of the cap.
Crazy.
What a career! Well, I mean, insane. What a career. Working on getting her and Coach Cat on. So I think we're gonna get that. Where move on. I don't like announcing we have interviews until we've recorded
It's
them.
conf
So
Yeah,
whatever.
maybe.
But yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll work it out. All right, Carly, let's talk a little bit about some of the games in the midweek. We'll be brief with most of them, and then we'll give the in-depth one to send you into the midweek. That's obviously going to be number one versus number two. But uh, today on Tuesday, we have William Carey and Faulkner in a big Southern States matchup at 1-3. Unfortunately, the Peach State showdown between Georgia Gwinnett and Reinhardt has been canceled. So don't be expecting that one. But huge one in the KCAC. Evangel and Friends have a doubleheader at 2 and 4 Central Time, and then Southeastern plays Kaiser at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. On Wednesday, Southeastern Kaiser again 1-3. Carly, I know you're excited for this one, and the GPAC Northwestern versus Morningside at 3-5, and then another one in the AAC. We've got Reinhardt playing Tennessee Wesleyan at 4-6. Carly, this is undoubtedly the most anticipated matchup of the NAIA softball season. It is Southern Oregon coming in at 25-1. They welcome in the Owls from Oregon Tech coming in at 17-3 and winners of 9 straight. The only blemish on that Southern Oregon resume was that Sunday morning loss against Campbellsville. But uh, Carly, we have talked about her a lot, but we're going to mention her again. Ayla Davies, the freshman phenom, in 20
Yep.
appearances, she is 15-1 with a .66 ERA. She's got 9 shutouts. She also has 4 saves, which is second only to Victoria with Montreat. 96 innings. She's allowed 15 walks and struck out 117 bats. Carly, it is the talk that's starting to be about her is reminding me a little bit of when I got started with NAISB, or first I had a couple conversations and like trying to figure out who the who's were.
Hmm.
Um, of NAIA softball, and it was the conversations. This was right after Annalisa's freshman year at Bryan, before she went to Gwinnett. Now, I don't think Ayla Davies is going anywhere.
No,
Obviously, not
I
saying that.
personally wouldn't.
I think I wouldn't mind playing for Coach Chespistone. I would enjoy it.
Yeah,
I I would love it. Yeah, that would be freaking awesome. But anyways, no, and you look elsewhere. Kennedy Kyla has been solid as well. Maisie Menifee's picked up innings for him. But man, this lineup is something. Kaylor Fulton's batting 506 on the year. Carly, she's 17 or 18 of swiping bags. How about this from Southern Oregon? They are 80 for 85 in stealing bases in 26 games. That is
terrifying.
terrifying.
Hmm.
They are the best slap hitting team in NAI softball. They are a very slap heavy lineup. Uh, they don't have a Riley Donovan in this lineup, but they do have Sarah Curling batting 479, Faith Moultrie batting 471. I mean, just insane numbers. Both of those girls are well in double digits with stolen bases, along with Vanessa Lang batting 382. And Ari Williams is the one who, will provide a little bit of pop. She's got two home runs on the year, and she leads the team with 27 RBIs. Also leads the team with four triples. You have her with all that speed, all those slappers. It is so stressful for a defense. Carly, you were short, so I'm sure you would love facing a team like Southern
It's
Oregon.
literally my worst fear. I hated nothing more than a slap heavy team with a bunch of girls that will just run circles around you. Is the most stressful thing ever.
You add in one of the most successful coaches in our sport, along with what they have in the circle now. It is terrifying. But Carly, who they got coming in is absolutely no sneeze. Oregon Tech rolls in. Casey Schmidt is probably taking notes right now and saying, "Okay, watch this." Obviously Casey, one of the best pitchers in the league as well. Let's talk about the Owls.
Yeah, absolutely nothing against Casey Schmidt. She's got a 1.33 ERA. She's 8-2 in the wins loss category. She's got 80 strikeouts. And opponents are batting just 160 up against her. And then a couple players behind her, Allie Parker and Carly Moore, both putting up some solid numbers on their end. Parker with a 2.28, Carly Moore with a 2.63. But moving on to the offensive side of things, Gina Allen is leading the way. She's hitting 441 on the year, has nine doubles, two triples, and a home run. She leads the team with 18 RBIs, 8 for 9 on swiped bag attempts. But if you're looking at those, you got to look at Nita Cook. She's a perfect 17 of 17. She's hitting 344, has 12 RBIs. And then you look at Pokia Milborn hitting 328. Couple doubles for her. She's 8 of 8 on the swipe bag category. Lots of depth on their end in the lineup.
Yeah, Carly, you mentioned name there with Nita Cook, second
Hmm.
baseman. Is She's made some unreal plays over the last couple of years. But I look at Nita Cook, and I look at over on the left side with Gina Allen who's taking over for our friend Kayla Mick at shortstop, and then Addison Kashnik, the third baseman for Oregon Tech. We've already talked about how slap heavy and how much stress an infield is put under against this year's Southern Oregon team. They've got to step up. They have got to play clean defense and not let you get free runners get on. I mean, one gets slapped past you, it is what it is, but you can't bobble it around. They're too fast. They're too good at swiping bags. And to that, it's going to be J.C. Sievert, a veteran catcher for Oregon Tech. She's going to be called on to throw out some runners this weekend if she's able to eliminate and get that percentage. Which I don't know. Let's see. What's eight? Let's do the quick math. 80 divided by 85. I mean, 94% swiping bags for Southern Oregon is going to be big for her to step up. And then on the flip side, Ayla Davies. This is one of the best lineups that she's faced
Hmm.
this year. Probably the best one since Cumberland's, and Cumberland's got her a little bit. So we'll see on that end. But then, uh, just speaking further on that, I look for Oregon. Tech's second and third options, Carly Moore, Allie Parker, because Southern Oregon seen Casey Schmidt so much over the last 3 years. So I wonder if there's some kind of impact there. I really wanted this to be a 4 game set. I get it. It is what it is. When weather gets played, get the games in. I'm just glad they are going to get all 4 games in eventually. I really want this to be a 4 game set for that reason, though, Carly. But hey,
Hmm.
it is what it is. We're getting. I'm not going to complain about getting to watch number one versus number two, and I am very happy. They're going to be. We'll have that game on while we record, actually, because it's going to be if it's 4 o'clock Pacific time, that's going to be 7 o'clock Eastern time,
Hmm.
which is about when we're going to record on Wednesday. So we may
Yeah.
y'all may get some live reactions there to
Could you
that.
imagine?
Yeah, I mean, you scare somebody right there. You scare me a little bit right there. Gosh dang. Um, okay. Yeah, no interview this episode. We do plan on having some big ones coming up, of course. Yeah, no other than that, again, seriously. We kind of joked around with it, but drinkmagna.com, drinkmagna.com, drinkmagna.com. Use code NAISB 15. We'll get some samples in soon. Try them out, but go do it. It's great for you. I mean, like I said, all the great stuff in there, helping you with the stress, the bloating, the um, other benefits. Uh,
Cramps.
Cramps. Yes, that's right. That's it. That's it. Boom. Cramps. Yeah, helping
It's
with
funny because I
cramps.
was just telling you I'd be cramping at my desk.
Yeah, we're getting old. We are
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
firmly into retirement here. Adding great natural energy. None of the none of the bull crap that's in a lot of other pre workouts. Go drinkmagna.com. We'll have samples, and I'll clean up this ad read a little bit more in the next episode. But all right, everybody, thanks for listening to another episode of NAISB. We'll catch you recapping all these games, and we got another big weekend. So we'll talk to you soon.